golfers, Dean with golfallyear.com, and today is going to be part 2 of my Garmin Approach R10 review. I did part 1 last week in which we talked about the settings, we talked about the features, and the ease of use. This is going to be the part 2, so make sure you check out part 1 first. I'll put the link down below so you can get to that video and take a look at that. This will be part 2 in which I'm going to be talking about the accuracy. I'm going to be talking about can you improve with the R10, the price, and kind of give you an overall feel of what I think of the Garmin Approach R10. Understand this is my opinion of it. I've been hitting on it and using it for about 2 months now. I got it right away. And so I want to kind of give you an idea of what I feel about the Approach R10. I have other launch monitors in the same kind of price range. I have the OptiShot golf simulator. I have a couple other golf simulators. I've hit on the SkyTrack. So I've done a lot of different simulators and launch monitors. So take it for what it is. This is my opinion on the Garmin Approach R10. So let's get into part 2 and let's talk about some accuracy. Let's discuss the accuracy of the R10. Now, there's a lot of debate out there on the accuracy of the R10. You can hear people that really think that it's super accurate. You can hear other people say that it is not accurate at all. I am kind of in the middle of all that after hitting it. I have just downloaded the new firmware 3.7, so take that into consideration. So a lot of what I've done is not with the new updates. Garmin does a great job of updating, and it's such a great company that it is going to update the Approach R10 and improve on the accuracy as it goes. So you have that going for you when you're looking at the accuracy. You know, with all the debate, understand this is not the TrackMan. You know, I get a lot of people, well, you know, it's not that accurate, you know, compare it to the TrackMan. Well, TrackMan is $25,000. This is not. This is a $600 device. So with that and the accuracy for the R10, I think is good. Okay, I don't think it's perfect. It's going to calculate. It tracks the ball, which is great. The OptiShot, for example, only tracks the club, so it has a leg up on the OptiShot in terms of that. But because it's tracking the ball, you know, they're going to be calculating some of the spin calculations. So, you know, some of the stats may not be perfect. I know they're improving the swing path in 3.7. They're improving the swing path accuracy and the club face accuracy, which I think is hugely important. I think OptiShot does a good job of tracking that. R10, if they can improve on that, I think that's a big deal. Now, the one thing I want to say that's kind of annoying for me with the accuracy is that they use left and right when they talk about club path and face angle, and I know that's the correct way to do it, but I just think it makes so much easier if it says open and close and inside out versus outside in. That's just how I've learned it. So, you know, that's one of the complaints I have in terms of not necessarily accuracy, but in terms of being able to improve. We'll talk about that as we go here. But the accuracy of the R10, I've done a lot of videos comparing it to some of my launch monitors, even compare it to the OptiShot. So take a look at those. Again, I'll put some links down below. Go to my YouTube channel, Golf All Year, or Dean at Golf All Year, and check out some of those other videos if you're interested in really some accuracy. I know a lot of other people have done some accuracy on the range. I did a video on the accuracy on the course, and I had a difficult time getting it to be too accurate. Couple of things about the accuracy that I want to let you know. One, I think that it does a better job with the shorter irons and shorter clubs. I think it really is able to track it, excuse me, when the trajectory is a little bit higher. So, you know, your pitching wedge, your 9-iron, your 8-iron, I think are going to be pretty accurate. When you get to the longer irons, and I've had a difficult time with, you know, them being as accurate as the shorter irons, and the driver also. And I think other people have talked about that. I think that it just is too short, and I don't know if that's because of the trajectory of, I made a low ball, so I don't know if that's the case. But I've found that the shots tend to be a little bit shorter than uh, normally I would hit on the range or on the course. So take that into consideration a little bit. When you get into the Home T Hero, again, I think it's short. I don't think the Home T Hero is as accurate as it can be. Hopefully, Garmin will fix some of those things, and it will really improve the accuracy um, with those clubs. But overall, I think that the accuracy in terms of the carry distance is pretty good. I think the total distance is pretty right on especially with the shorter clubs. Um, and I think that you're going to get some good stats with the swing path and the club face angle. I don't think it's perfect. I think there's some work that can be done with the swing path and club face angle to improve that a little bit. Um, but overall, I think that the accuracy is going to be comparable to the launch monitors that you're going to be seeing and using um, as opposed to the R10. So when you compare them to those launch monitors and those things, I think that you're going to find that it's fairly accurate. And with that said, like I said, Garmin's going to improve it. So accuracy, I think, is good. I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's something that if you're a real low handicap, I think you might want to really look into the accuracy. But if you're average handicapper or average golfer like I am, I think it can really help you. And so using that and getting that is important. So anyway, that's a little bit about the accuracy. Now let's talk about can you improve with the R10? All right, so now let's talk about can you improve your golf game with the R10? And I think when you're talking about improvement, especially at home and on the driving range, I think there's some keys. And one is immediate feedback. You need to get immediate feedback. It also needs to be motivating. It needs to kind of have a fun element and an element where you can focus on some goals and put some goals out there. And then it needs to track stats over time so that you can see if you're reaching your goals and see if you're improving. So some ways to kind of make it so that you can look and say, okay, I need to get out there and I need to improve. And then to say, oh, you are improving, or no, you're not. Not just, get on the golf course and see if you're improving. It needs to be, kind of that at home. Okay, am I improving? Now let's take it to the golf course and go see. So with that in mind, um, let's talk about it. Well, one of the neat things about the R10 is you can video your swing. So if you are really wanting to improve by every swing being easily videotaped, you can take that. You can either look at it if you know what you're looking for, or you can send it to a pro and get them to look at it. And I really think that's a neat deal that you're able to video your swing. So in terms of being able to get feedback from somebody else or yourself and see it visually, I think that's awesome. The thing that I do not care for in terms of the R10 is that the feedback is not tracked over time. They only are tracking and giving you averages on, I think, total distance and carry distance. And, yes, that's great for clubbing yourself. You can really get an idea of how far you hit your clubs, which is great. And that's really helped me knowing exactly how far I carry a club. So I know that, I can hit it to this point. So that's nice, but it doesn't track the stats like other simulators do, in which you can go back and look at your averages for, say, club face angle, or averages for my smash factor, or look at, have I improved in the last month with my angle of attack, or whatever you want to track. I use a lot of club face angle and swing path. So, it just doesn't do that. I have to look individually and say, okay, and then kind of go back and look at each shot, and it's just cumbersome. There's no like cumulative tracking, no way to really set a goal. Like the OptiShot, I love that you can see the percentages of your targets. So they have a target at 15 feet, they have a target at 30 feet, and et cetera. And then you can see the percentage you're hitting inside that target with each of your clubs. With the driver, you can see, you know, with the OptiShot, you can see, and it keeps track of all the percentages from, you know, a narrow fairway to a larger fairway. Are you hitting the ball straight? In other words, and then it'll track that, and you can see, am I improving this week? So I can look at all my stats and averages for this week, and look at all my stats and averages for the, you know, the last month. And so you can really kind of track your progress and track your improvement. Those also make it for motivating, and you can look and say, okay, am I improving? And that makes you motivated to hit golf balls. Yeah, it needs to be fun also. And so, you know, they do the Approach R10. If you use E6 and you use Home T Hero, you can get some improvements, and you know, it can be fun. Like E6 has some game modes that you can use to try to improve. But if you take that out of there, you know, with the R10 and the driving range on the R10, it just is not as motivating to get out there and hit, and it's not easily tracked over the long distance. One thing I do like is they do narrow for each swing. They have three targets that you can, or three stats that you can track, and then you can put the voice on a fourth. And so you can have, you know, if I want to track carry distance and total distance, and then my smash factor or whatever, I like to track club face angle and swing path. I can do that. And so it narrows the focus, which I think is very important. But then I want the overall. I want to be able to see if I'm really improving. I don't want to have to click on each stat. I love the shot distribution that they show. You can kind of see, you know, if you're pulling shots or hooking shots or slicing shots, you can see that in the shot distribution chart, which I think is a neat feature. But I think they can do more with their game improvement, kind of a game improvement like the SkyTrack kind of does, where you can really see your improvement. And even the OptiShot kind of has that in it. So in terms of improvement, I wish that it did more. So, you know, I think that you can improve, and you know, I'm going to use it outside especially. So when I go to the range, I can use it, and when I go outside to my hitting net, I can use it. But I just don't know if it's going to help me with overall improvement that I want. So we'll take that with for what it is, and let's move on to our next topic, which is the price. So let's talk about the price of the Garmin Approach R10. I think this is what drew so many people in, and so many people are excited. Besides the fact that Garmin's doing it, I think the price has really made people aware of the R10. And the reason for that is that you have some launch monitors that are, you know, launch monitor like Swing Caddy, the Voice Caddy, the PRGR, which are lower price, probably $300. And then you have the OptiShot, was kind of a simulator, which is, you know, but it only tracks club, which is now right around $400. And then you have this launch monitor that is at $600 that can do what a launch monitor does and a simulator. And so having both of those things is very important, because now you can start looking, well, the next closest is the SkyTrack or the Mevo Plus at $2,000. So it's kind of hit in that mid-range launch monitor price, you know, the Rapido or the regular Mevo, not the Mevo Plus, but the Mevo, or those that are about $500 launch monitors, but it adds the simulator piece, being able to use the Home T Hero and the E6 kind of gives it that edge over those, and it tries to put itself in the range of the SkyTrack and the Mevo Plus. The issue I see is that the price does not include, you know, if you're an Android user, for example, you're going to have to find a way to get E6, and so you're going to have to pay more. So that kind of jacks the price up a little bit. If you are wanting more courses on the E6 and different things, so you have to get subscriptions to E6, and to add it, Even Home T Hero costs $100 a year. So it's not free, which I wish they would have, give you the Home T Hero for free. That would be a nice feature. If you use the iPhone, you get the E6 on the iPhone. But again, you got to add some stuff to project it, to be able to play it, to use it without using it on your phone or your iPad. Um, so the price is right. I think the price is right for what you're going to get. And if you are not willing to save up for the SkyTrack or the Mevo Plus, then the $2,000, $2,500 for those to connect with E6, then I think that the R10 is the right one, especially if you want launch monitor and simulator options. So I think it's a good price. I think it really is a good price for it. That's what I was excited about, was the price that I could do launch monitor, I could do um, simulator, I could do inside, I could do outside. So that's what I was excited about. I was kind of bummed out though that you need so much room inside. I think it kind of, and I want to talk about this at the end, but you need just too much room inside to really make it effective for me inside. All right, so here's what you've been waiting for, probably the overall view, my overall view of the uh, Garmin Approach R10. And I am really torn on this. The Garmin R10, I love that it has great features. I love that you can video your swing. I like the driving range, to be honest. I really like the driving range. Uh, I like the capabilities of being a launch monitor and a simulator using E6. I like being able to use Home T Hero and play some of my local courses and play courses, all those courses that they allow you to play. I love all that about it. I like that you can have the narrow focus of stats that you can see after every shot and the driving range. You can see your ball go, which is very similar to the SkyTrack. It has a lot of features that are similar to the higher end launch monitors, uh, but still at a lower price. And the issue I've had is, if you've seen some of my other videos, I've really struggled getting it. I moved from Android to iPhone. If I'm an Android user, I probably would wait. I would probably wait on the Garmin Approach R10. And Garmin's going to improve it. They're going to get it set up for Android, but it's just you don't get the free courses. With E6, I had a difficult time getting it onto my desktop, and so I really struggle with the Android. When I moved over to iPhone, much easier, um, better stuff in terms of getting E6, the 5 courses for E6. So a better experience with the iPhone. So if Android, probably wait. Now, overall, is it better than, let's say, the launch monitors that I have? Would I spend more? Yes. Okay. I have the Swing Caddy and I have the PRGR. I'd probably spend the extra couple $100 and get the R10. I think it's just as accurate as those other ones. Maybe not perfect, but I think it's going to give you what you need in terms of accuracy. And I think just the features, the cool features that it has, pushes it above those lower end launch monitors. Now, OptiShot. Uh, I'm a big OptiShot fan, and I love the OptiShot for the average golfer. I don't like that the OptiShot only tracks uh, the club, um, but it does. It's much easier to use, I think. It gives you a lot of different options to improve your golf game uh, with the OptiShot. But the R10 is so portable. So if you like to use it outside or want to use it at the range, if I'm looking inside, I'm not using the R10. I just don't think it's as accurate inside as it is outside. So if I'm just focusing on an inside simulator and comparing it to the OptiShot, as an average golfer, I'm probably gonna go with the OptiShot. It's a couple $100 less probably overall, and I don't know. That's a tough one. But if I'm able to use the R10 inside R10, I would go for sure. You know, that's the kicker. I would definitely use the R10 inside and project it onto my impact screen to do it that way. Now, would I wait? Would I save up and wait and maybe buy the SkyTrack or Mevo Plus? That's a big one. You know, I've thought about, you know, Garmin, or is Garmin going to step up and improve? You know, I would like to be able to um, do the E6 right now. The E6 is just, I just don't have enough room inside. For me, you know, I would probably wait and see if I can get the SkyTrack. You know, I think the Mevo Plus is going to have the same issues as the R10 in terms of inside. SkyTrack doesn't. I've used it inside in my simulator room, my garage, and it's been great. So if I was to, you know, if I was to think about, okay, I am willing to spend $2,500 on a simulator, um, I might wait, especially if I'm using inside. If I'm outside, if I'm using outside and I want a portable launch monitor, I will definitely go for the R10. If I want to take it to the range, or I have a net, I want to hit outside, and then, you know, if I hit inside, great. You know, I would definitely go with the R10. But if I'm gonna be, you know, hitting inside and you know, I'm not going to be worried as much outside, I think I'd wait. I think I would wait to either Garmin improve some of the things that they need to improve, or I would save up and buy the SkyTrack. So hopefully this helps. You know, again, like I said, I'm kind of torn. I was really excited about the R10, and my excitement has kind of dwindled down, you know, because of some of the things I've talked about. I'm hoping I can use it outside. You know, I think that's going to be my thing, is I'm going to use it outside, maybe take it to the range, things like that, and try to improve my game that way. I really do like hitting outside. And inside, I probably will go back to hitting a lot on the OptiShot and using the OptiShot as my um, favorite device inside. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you click the notification button so you get all my videos that are coming up. I'll be doing a lot more videos on these things. And please subscribe to my channel. And we hope to improve our golf game. And I'll see you on the golf course.